Now it's 5, and I think we can start. So, hello everyone, and welcome to the virtual US University Fair. This fair is organized by the EducationUSA advising centers in Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania, with the support of the US embassies in Tallinn, Riga, and Vilnius. What is EducationUSA? It is a network which promotes US higher education to students around the world by offering accurate, comprehensive, and current information about opportunities to study at accredited post-secondary institutions in the United States. So EducationUSA is your official source on US higher education. Today, you will meet 9 universities which introduce you graduate study opportunities in the United States. And after the presentations of the universities, you can learn more about the 2 US scholarship programs, which offer excellent opportunities to study and have an internship in the United States. And if you have questions, please write them to the chat box. Now, it is my pleasure to give the word to Iris Wiley, Cultural Affairs Officer at the US Embassy Riga, for the welcoming notes. So please, Ms. Wiley.
Thank you, Ep. Good evening, everyone. As Ep said, my name is Iris Wiley, and I'm the Cultural Affairs Officer at the US Embassy. Thank you for your interest in graduate studies in America. America is the world's premier destination for education. And your interest in studying in the US comes at a very auspicious time because this year, America and Latvia are celebrating 100 years of diplomatic relations. It has been as well as Estonia and Lithuania, for those of you out there. It has been 100 years of shared commitment to democracy, liberty, and sovereignty. And one important reason this relationship has endured is because of educational exchange. People from the Baltics studying in the United States have made key contributions and advances to both their fields and to the relationships with the United States. For example, in Latvia, the new parliamentary secretary of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs is named Gunda Rire, and she studied in America in 2016 at the Johns Hopkins School of International Studies. She will now play a key role in Latvia's foreign policy and in strengthening Latvia's relationships with the United States, as well as with its very close Baltic partners. So again, thank you for your interest in studying in America. This interest will push your personal boundaries and challenge you. I recently spoke with a group of professors in Latvia who did their graduate programs in America. They came from very different fields like anthropology, public health, communications, and they all had different experiences in the United States. But a few common themes emerged from their discussion. And so the first common theme was that their studies in America broadened what they thought was possible. They learned about new methods, new ideas, and they came back to the Baltics energized and ready to change their fields. The second theme that emerged was that they did more reading in their programs in America than they had ever done in their lives. They were just astounded by the amount of reading that they were assigned. And they said it pushed them and it made them better academics, stronger scholars. And the third common theme that emerged was that, yes, they studied in America, they had an American experience, but it was more than that. It was a global experience. As I said, America is the world's premier destination for education. And that means there are people from countries from Asia, Africa, Latin America, and you will meet those people. You'll have lunch with them, study with them. They'll be your professors. And it's a unique opportunity to meet people from all over the world in places like Ohio or Minnesota. So again, thank you for your interest and your commitment to pushing your your personal boundaries forward and your knowledge forward will also advance your country's relationship with America. Thank you.
So thank you, Iris. And now we can announce our fair is officially open. So, dear university, the floor is yours.
Good morning, everyone. I want to thank you for inviting us to participate in this fair and look forward to connecting with students in the future. I'm joined with my colleague, Dana Dye. Dana and I represent one of the graduate divisions at Case Western Reserve University. We're going to speak on behalf of the whole university just because we hope we can bring more students into our programs across all of our formats. To highlight, we'll move on to the next slide. Case Western Reserve University was founded in 1826. We have 9 academic divisions. We are ranked number 42 in the US and number 68 globally. We have a variety of programs that are very highly ranked within US News and World Report. In particular, the one we specifically represent is the Masters of Social Work in the School of Social Work through the School of Applied Social Sciences. As we go through this presentation, we'll highlight some of the unique features of each of the programs and the university as a whole. The image here that you see behind the wording, just to highlight, is an image within our health education campus. The university is a leader within the combination of health, science, and technology, and partners with the Cleveland Clinic, a leading international health institute. And our campus is directly next door to the Cleveland Clinic. So we've built a health education campus to house most of our health professions within this building that's located on the Cleveland Clinic campus. You can go to the next. One of the great things about Case Western Reserve University is we're located in Cleveland, Ohio. Cleveland, Ohio is considered the Midwest, but is very close to the Northeast part of the United States. So it's a great location as a city because within about 5 to 8 hours, you could be in Chicago, you could be in Toronto, you could be in New York City, you could be in Philadelphia, you could be in Washington, DC, or Nashville. So we're a very close proximity to a lot of major cities without needing to take a flight. And then as a graduate student, being able to take advantage of a metropolitan area that's not overwhelming. It has a very low cost of living to make it manageable as a graduate student and has many of the benefits of a larger city, as well as some of the benefits of more rural areas with some of our national park access, a beach, and other unique features that highlight our city. One of the things we're most well known for is our arts district and our theater district. We actually have the second largest theater district per capita outside of New York City within the US, and one of the best arts districts within the country. Next slide, please. On the graduate level, we offer over 160 graduate programs across medicine, engineering, arts and sciences, law, social work, business. There's a lot of unique opportunities for students to take advantage and really dive into the work that you would like to be doing professionally long-term. About 20% of our students are international students, representing over 90 different countries. So we do have a very diverse campus body at the student level, as well as then at the faculty and staff level as well. We have a site, case.edu/programs, where you'll be able to access and identify all of the graduate programs that we offer within the institution and information about each of those individual programs, as well as their admission requirements. Next slide, please. On a support level, one of the things you'll find at Case Western Reserve University is the commitment to student success and the important role that not just our International Student Office provides, but the individual academic departments and the advising structures that have been built to help support all of our students. It's very important that this is a commitment of an institution, and it's really lived out across all of the academic disciplines at Case Western Reserve University. On a higher level, there's academic advising support, individual student support, and a very large alumni network to ensure that you're supported, whether you're looking to continue through OPT or STEM OPT here within the US, or looking to move back to your home country immediately. There's also individual courses to help international students transition here into the academic culture of the United States, as well as then a writing center to help support students as well. Our university structure is that our International Student Service Office will actually work with students throughout the onboarding process with regards to the I-20 and the visa process versus having individual divisions support students. So the International Student Office will actually be very involved in this process. Next slide, please. As it relates to tuition and living expenses, we are a private institution. So as a private institution, tuition will remain the same for both in-state and out-of-state students. Tuition does vary though at the graduate level based on each program. So it's best to go to our website and review the individual program that you're interested in related to their tuition. As it relates to the I-20 requirement to show living expenses, students are required to show $14,000 per year in living expenses. Thank you. To help support students, we do provide scholarship support across many of our academic disciplines. There's research and training opportunities as well to help fund education. Some of the PhD programs also offer, thank you for the information about time, also offer tuition stipend support at the PhD level. Next slide, please. As it relates to applications, in most cases, our application online will serve as the central point for all of our graduate school applications. Each application or each division may have slightly different requirements, but these are some standard requirements across the university. I encourage that you visit the website to follow through on those applications. And that concludes our presentation. We really appreciate you having us join you and are happy to answer questions at the end of all of the presentations. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. My name is Marina Passos, and I'm the Associate Director of Recruitment and Marketing at Northeastern University. I'm not sure if my camera is working at this time. Anyway, all right. So next slide, please. So Northeastern University is a Tier 1 research university that offers a unique education model that integrates rigorous academics with experiential learning. So Northeastern is currently ranked number 44 among US national universities and number 1 for co-op and internships. For over 100 years, Northeastern has been a world leader in cooperative education. So that's co-op, the university's cornerstone experiential learning program. So by alternating semesters of academic studies with periods of full-time work, students are able to transform work across academic and professional contexts. So co-op pretty much provides students the opportunity to explore or refine potential career paths, make valuable industry connections, broaden perspectives, and acquire the skills and knowledge needed to succeed beyond the classroom. So the university has over 3,000 employer partners and over 10,000 students who register for the co-op program each year. Next slide, please. Northeastern offers undergrad and graduate programs across its campuses in Boston, which is the main campus, but also Seattle, San Francisco, Silicon Valley, Portland in Maine, Vancouver, Toronto, and London. Next slide. The main campus is located in Boston. The city speaks for itself. So Boston has a huge student community, and the university is located near downtown. So really close to shops, restaurants, cafes, landmarks. There are 4 subway stops on campus, so students can pretty much commute from anywhere around the city. Next. And at Northeastern, we offer more than 200 degrees across our 9 colleges. So that includes computer science, LLM, MBA, project management, information systems, analytics, international relations, and much more. Admissions requirements, they will vary according to the program and college that you're interested in applying for, but in general, they will include an online application, English proficiency exam, transcripts, statement of purpose, resume, and letters of recommendation. Next. The Office of Global Services at Northeastern provides support for all international students regarding visa-related issues, housing, health insurance, curricular practical training, which comprises of co-op and internships, and just much more. So we have the Office of Global Services to assist all of our international students upon their acceptance to the university. So international students, they will work closely with the Office of Global Services to request the I-20, to learn more about visa procedures, and also upon arriving on campus, they will also provide assistance when it comes to searching for accommodation or maybe searching for on-campus employment opportunities and so on. Next. And also at Northeastern, we have a great alumni network and student ambassadors who are available to talk to prospective students about their own experiences at the university. So connecting with our student ambassadors and our alumni network is a great resource, especially for international students to learn more about the international student experience at the university. How did the students adapt to Boston, to the university, to all academic regulations when it comes to the US. So talking to alumni and also student ambassadors is a great resource for you to even talk to someone from your own home country and learn about their experience at the university. Next. All right, thank you everyone. We are looking forward to having you all on campus. Please do not hesitate to contact us if you have any questions about Northeastern University. We have our email address over there, and please feel free also to jump into our website and also to our YouTube channel to learn more about the university. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Amanda Mendez, and I am the Associate Director for the Office of Graduate Admissions within the Office of Graduate Education at Stevens Institute of Technology. I am so thrilled to be part of the EducationUSA Baltics Virtual Graduate Fair, and of course, I'm here introducing Stevens Graduate Engineering, Science, and Business programs. Next slide. For those of you not familiar with Stevens, we are located in Hoboken, New Jersey. We are 15 minutes away from New York City via train. Our campus sits right on the Hudson River, which is what divides New Jersey from New York City. As you may know from research, location of the school will influence your job search. Our graduate students at Stevens are exposed to endless opportunities, whether it be for internships, research, or full-time jobs. What is Hoboken like? Hoboken offers an urban lifestyle with a small town feel. There is one main street that is called Washington Street with endless dining opportunities. Hoboken is also known for being the birthplace of Frank Sinatra, and there's also a very thriving art scene and music scene. In addition to this, Hoboken offers plenty of green space with, of course, room to clear your head and escape all those stresses from the city life. Next slide, please. Okay, a couple of facts of Stevens. So at the undergrad level, we offer more than various engineering, master's, and business programs. At the graduate level, we have more than 50 master's programs, 20 PhD programs. In terms of our student body, at the graduate level, we have more than 5,000 students. At the undergrad level, more than 4,000 students. The most important facts that we take great pride in is, of course, our graduate student to faculty ratio, which is 16:1. This means that you will have a great student experience, as you will be able to interact with faculty very closely, and they will be able to provide the mentorship that you need. Most importantly, as well on this slide, I do want you all to know that Stevens does really well in placing students. 96% of our students seeking jobs secure employment within 3 months of graduation. Of course, this is something that you are all interested in as you're seeking your graduate programs, so do keep this in mind. Next slide. Our Stevens graduate programs are broken up into 3 different schools. We have the Schaefer School of Engineering and Science, the School of Business, and the School of Systems and Enterprises. Under each of these schools, we offer different master's programs, different PhD programs, different graduate certificates. Next slide, please. These are just some of the programs that we offer. Again, we have a variety, including engineering programs, our business programs, and of course, systems engineering programs. Within each of these programs, you will have the ability to cater your curriculum based on your interests. So one of the first questions that we will ask you is, what are your future career goals? Based on that, we will, of course, work with you to make sure that you're choosing the right concentration, that you're choosing the option to either opt in for a thesis. If you decide that you don't want to choose a particular concentration, we'll help you choose the right electives that will help you get your dream job. Ultimately, you should know that Stevens is very interdisciplinary. We have a strong focus on technology, on innovation, and research. If you're interested in research at the graduate level, if you're interested in solving societal problems, Stevens is a great place to consider. And again, you will feel that influence in any one of the master's, PhD, or even graduate certificate programs that we offer. Next slide. We offer a variety of flexible study options. Of course, you can attend classes on campus. You can also attend classes online, depending on the program that you may be interested in through our award-winning education. You, as an international student, will definitely be coming to campus if you want to, and you will study full-time. And you should know that we offer 2 entry terms, fall and spring. Next slide. In terms of funding opportunities at the graduate level, we do offer merit-based scholarships. These are in the form of provost fellowships, either master's or PhD. We also have assistantships. And of course, we also provide assistance with students who are looking to secure loans. Next slide. We do believe in supporting our students and making sure that our students have the best experience possible. The Office of Graduate Student Life will help you become truly a member of the Stevens community through any one of these clubs and organizations that we offer. Next slide. As far as housing, given that we are in Hoboken, New Jersey, again, our offices will help you to make sure that you are securing housing, whether it be in Hoboken, in New York City, in Jersey City, nearby areas. There are different resources that we offer. Of course, there will be videos and lots of guidance given during the orientation period before your start of your studies. Next slide. As far as admission and academic requirements, pretty standard requirements required to apply to Stevens for any graduate program. They can be seen here, and I'm sure that we will be sharing the slide shortly. Next slide. Last but not least, if you're interested in learning more about Stevens graduate programs, connect with us. Feel free to scan the QR codes on this slide. You can either submit the inquiry form, attend a virtual event, or of course, apply for fall 2023, which is our next intake. Thank you.
Hello, everyone, and welcome. And thank you for joining us. I'm excited to be here representing Temple University, which is in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. My name is Colleen Bailey. I'm the Director of Student Services for the Graduate Division here at Temple, and I'm excited again to talk to you about all of our programs. Next slide, please. So a little bit about Temple. We are a public university, again, located in Philadelphia, PA. We were founded in 1884, and we're one of the largest universities in Pennsylvania. We have over 37,000 students, the majority of which are undergrads. We have a little over 27,000 undergraduates, and a graduate and professional student population of about 10,000. We have over 350 student organizations and a really robust and diverse international student community. So we have over 2,000 international students that are currently studying with us that come from over 130 countries. Next slide, please. Academically, we have 17 different schools and colleges, and you can see a list of them here. These span, you can see both the visual as well as performing arts, the STEM disciplines, which is science, technology, engineering, and math, the liberal arts, as well as some professional health degree programs. And we have over 600 academic degree programs with the university. Next slide, please. So as I mentioned before, Temple is located in Philadelphia, PA. You can see a shot of our campus here. We're located about maybe a mile or so north of Center City, so we're really right in the heart of everything and really easy to get around. For those of you who are unfamiliar, Philadelphia is located on the East Coast of the United States, and we're sandwiched right in the middle between New York City and Washington, D.C. So a really convenient location in terms of getting to and from different cities on the East Coast, but Philadelphia itself is a really wonderful city and offers a lot for you as a student. Next slide, please. So a little bit about Philadelphia. We're the second largest city on the East Coast and the birthplace of the United States. So we're a city very steeply rooted in history. In terms of career opportunities for our students, we're home to over 15 Fortune 500 companies. We have a diverse arts, culture, and restaurant scene. We're also a healthcare technology and innovation hub, and we were the first UNESCO World Heritage City in the United States. Another great thing about Philadelphia as well is that we're a very affordable city to live in, both as a professional as well as a graduate student, and that's a very important thing to consider as you're looking into different cities for your graduate education. Next slide, please. For our graduate programs at Temple University, we offer 175 different master's degree programs, 60 doctoral degree programs, and as you saw a few slides ago, we have a number of different academic disciplines and schools and colleges located here at the university. And what that means for you as a graduate student is the ability to access mentoring and advising across a wide variety of disciplines. So, for example, you might be studying engineering, but that doesn't limit you just to the College of Engineering. You might be able to take classes within our College of Science and Technology, for example, and receive advising across both of those colleges, depending upon what your research and career interests are. In terms of tuition support, we provide merit-based scholarships for our graduate students, research and teaching assistantships for our graduate and doctoral degree students, and university fellowships. And some of our academic departments and other departments at the university also provide awards to our master's and doctoral degree students. And we also have in-house tuition, internship and career support, as well as other advising methods for our graduate students. Next slide, please. So real quickly, for those of you who are interested in applying to Temple University, it is important to note the different application deadlines and start dates for your program. So we have programs that admit for all of our different start terms, fall, spring, and the summer semesters. You'll also want to note the different application types that you'll be applying to. So for example, some of our programs utilize an in-house Temple University application, whereas some of our programs, particularly those in the health professions, use a common application or a CAS system, which stands for Centralized Application Service. For our standardized test score requirements, these will vary across all disciplines, but typically the GRE, GMAT, or MCAT is accepted, but they are not required for all of our graduate degree programs, and waivers are considered on a case-by-case basis. We also accept the Duolingo, IELTS, and TOEFL programs, and many of our graduate programs will require the submission of official transcripts or a WES evaluation, letters of recommendation, a personal statement, as well as your most current resume or CV. For those of you who are interested in doctoral study, it is very, very strongly encouraged that you contact potential faculty advisors prior to applying to our programs to make sure that the proper support will be available to you, both advising and financially, if you choose to come to Temple. And then some of the other requirements that might be in place, for example, some of our art programs might require a portfolio, our performing art programs might require an audition, and many of our doctoral programs will require an in-person interview, either on Zoom or in person. Next slide, please. Thank you. For those of you who are going to be submitting language scores, we require a minimum score of 79 on the TOEFL, 6.5 on the IELTS, or 110 on the Duolingo exam. Next slide, please. And finally, if you have any questions after the presentation today, please don't hesitate to contact us. Here's the contact information for our Office of Global Programs, where you can read more about support and advising for international students, as well as the graduate school as well. So to read more about your program of choice, as well as the different programs available at Temple, please visit grad.temple.edu. Thank you, and we look forward to seeing you in the future.
Hello, everyone. My name is Bridget Lehrer, and I'm the Assistant Director of Marketing and Outreach for the Berkeley International Study Program at the University of California, Berkeley. Next slide. The Berkeley International Study Program provides an opportunity for visiting students from other universities to come and study at UC Berkeley on what we call a space availability basis. And what this means is when there's room open in other classes, then we invite our visiting students to come and to take courses side by side with UC Berkeley degree-seeking students. The University of California, Berkeley is located in the San Francisco Bay Area. We are located about 20 minutes from San Francisco, and we are very close to Silicon Valley as well. UC Berkeley is a vibrant campus community. We pride ourselves as a multicultural opportunity for our visiting students, and we provide opportunities for students to come in and to take courses with other students from across the globe. Most recently, UC Berkeley was rated by US News and World Report as the 4th best global university in the world and the top public university in the world. So we are a top-tier public university that provides amazing opportunities for students coming from across the US and across the globe. Next slide, please. A little bit more about our program. As I mentioned, we are very diverse, and we welcome about 350 to 450 international and domestic students each semester. We provide opportunities for our students in graduate level business courses together with a variety of other disciplines across campus. Each semester, we pride ourselves with representing over 20 countries, most semesters, and sometimes even more. So it's a very vibrant opportunity for students to come in and take courses with so many students from different universities, and to provide a chance to live in the beautiful Bay Area and to learn from some of the best faculty in the world. Course options do vary each semester, and we work very closely with each visiting student coming in to provide the best opportunity for their studies and to take full advantage of campus opportunities together with trying to meet other students who will be learning from each other and providing a very strong alumni network moving forward. A little bit more about the space availability basis. Enrollment specific courses is not always guaranteed. However, we work very closely with each student to provide the best opportunity for each of you in order to get the most out of your time at UC Berkeley. Most students will take between 13 and 17 semester units, and at least 12 units of your semester enrollment is required for your visa. Next slide, please. Another opportunity to share with you is what's called the BISP certificate program, which is 8 different tracks for students to come in and take multidisciplinary academic opportunities in a variety of different disciplines. For graduate level business students in particular, we have found that many students are usually oriented either towards global economies and entrepreneurship, sometimes media, communication, storytelling, and other areas include climate change and the environment, current and historical politics, health and society, inequalities and social justice, and language and culture. Next slide. We will work very closely with you to guide you so you are aware of which types of courses you are not able to take. Next slide. And just a little bit more here, registration begins about 2 weeks before classes start, and then we work very closely with you to find the very best fit and to make sure that the areas that you're planning to take courses in are going to be provide the most space availability basis, together with making sure that you are enrolling in the courses that work best for your future studies. Next slide. All right, and then lastly, we also provide a field placement program for you if this is something that you're interested in, and I can provide additional information about this as well. Next slide. As my presentation is coming to an end, we'll move forward a little bit. We'll skip this slide. And then a little bit more about our classes. We have medium to large classes, and then we also will work with you to provide which courses will be required for your attendance at the very beginning, and the bigger classes together with the smaller sections, we will guide you accordingly as well. Next slide. And then lastly, I'm going to start to wrap up my presentation now. Next slide. We also have a lot of programming for all of our visiting students. We have cultural peer mentors, which are ambassadors that work with all of our students to provide the best campus experience. And next slide. All right, we'll work with you with your housing, and then next slide, I'll wrap up here. Okay, let's skip forward. This is a pay-as-you-go program. And then lastly, we will work with you about all of your enrollment and making sure that your visa is provided for you. Thank you so much for your time this morning and this evening, and I look forward to learning more about all of you out there that are interested in our program. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. This is David. I am from the University of California, Riverside. I'm the Associate Director for International Recruitments. And I'm very happy to be here today to introduce University of California, Riverside. Next slide, please. So University of California, Riverside, we are a fairly young school. We're a land-grant university, a public university. We formally joined the UC system in 1954 as the 6th campus of the UC. And fast forward to today, we're one of the fastest rising universities in the US. Right now, we have about 26,000 students, about 3,000 international students, 1,179 faculty, student to faculty ratio about 21:1, and over 135,000 alumni around the world. Next slide, please. So we're located in the city of Riverside. We're in Southern California, in a very centrally located location. We're about 1 hour distance from many of the major attractions and destinations in the area, like downtown Los Angeles, Hollywood, Disneyland, the beach, the Snow Mountain, Big Bear. So a very dynamic, interesting place. Is very warm, sunny year-round. California is one of the major destinations for international students because we have a huge, diverse population with people coming from all over the world. And also, most importantly, California is one of the largest economy in the US as well as the world. So we host many of the Fortune 500 companies that are based in California. We're the innovation hub of the world, essentially. So there's a lot of job opportunities in California, a lot of internship, part-time job opportunities in Southern California as well. Next page, please. So as one of the fastest rising university, we're continuously improving our rankings. These are just some of the rankings. I don't want to spend too much time on this, as you can Google most of these ranking and find out what each one of them means. But I do just want to touch on one ranking. We're #1 in social mobility. This is the 3rd year in a row that we are ranked top in social mobility. It just means we are recruiting a lot of students from underprivileged families or underrepresented students that are doing extremely well after they graduate, and making high salaries post graduation, and essentially changing their life and their family. Next page, please. Faculty, we have some of the best faculties, scientists in the world working on our campus. Next, please. We have 2 Nobel laureates, many members from the Academy of Sciences, engineers. These will be your professors, your leaders, your friends on campus. They're very, active, engaging with our students, very personal as well. They love to, talk to our students inside and outside of classrooms. Will be your mentors for the years to come. So they're great resources to our students, and there's also many opportunities to work with many of these great faculties, professors. Next, please. Next. So the programs we offer, we have 42 doctoral programs, PhD programs, 55 master degree programs. Next page, please. We have 3 colleges and 4 professional schools. So we have the College of Engineering, College of Humanities, Arts and Social Sciences, College of Natural and Agricultural Sciences. Today, I do just want to focus more on the College of Engineering. We have many different engineering programs, from traditional engineering like biology, electrical, chemical engineering, computer engineering, computer science, as well as newer programs like data science, robotics. All of these are available for international students to apply. Next page, please. The 4 professional schools that we have: the School of Business, School of Medicine, School of Public Policy, and School of Education. Again, all of the programs, the graduate programs, are available for internationals to apply for. All of our business program, I do want to point out, all of our business program, including economics, are STEM certified programs, which means you can get up to 36 months of OPT. Next page, please. These just to showcase some of the research, academic research centers that we have on campus. We are a R1 institution, like many of the schools presented here today, which means we invest a lot of money on our research, on our graduate programs. So we have a lot of centers for different research activities on our campus. Next, please. Again, more centers for research in different areas of engineering and sciences. Next, please. Some new facilities for research. Next, please. Not only that, we also work with many industry partners in our labs. They provide guidance and support for our research programs. Next, please. Admission, yeah, quickly, lastly, I just want to go over admissions. The mission requirements, we do require your transcript, your university transfer, bachelor transcript. For test scores, GRE is optional for all of our programs except computer science. GRE and GMAT are optional except computer science. We do require English, TOEFL 80 or IELTS 7. We need 3 letters of recommendation. You can find out more online through graduate.ucr.edu. Next page, please. We can skip more. The cost is $32,000 for our program, our master programs, non-business programs. So all the other business program costs, around $50,000 to $60,000. But there's a lot of merit-based scholarships available for our programs. Next, career opportunity. And lastly, I just want to say we do hand-holding for your career readiness. We prepare you for your career. We help you find your first job. And that's it. Yeah. So last page. If you have any questions, feel free to contact us or me directly. Thank you. That's it.
Hello, everyone. My name is Patrick Moore. I'm a Senior Assistant Director of Graduate Recruitment here at the University of Colorado Boulder. Thank you for our colleagues in the Education USA offices in the Baltics region for inviting us to speak. I hope to just share a little bit more information about our university. And thank you to Marty for doing the slides. Next slide, please, Marty. So like many of the universities here, CU Boulder is a Tier 1 or R1 research university. So we are a large public land grant university with a high emphasis on doctoral programs and research at the graduate level. This research has kind of garnered our faculty many awards. We have 5 Nobel laureates on campus. We have 9 MacArthur Fellows. So the MacArthur Fellowship is commonly known as the Genius Grant, so a very prestigious award. 5 National Medal of Science winners, and we've had over 800 visiting scholars at our university in the last few years. So there's a lot of great access to amazing faculty here at CU Boulder. Next slide, please. So a little bit what that kind of emphasis on research for us looks like is we receive a very large amount of research funding, over $630 million last year for research funding. Some of our top sources of funding include NASA Research Awards. We're the #1 public university recipient of NASA grants. NIH funding, National Institute of Health, that goes towards our biological sciences programs. About half of our funding comes through our 12 very large research institutes on campus, the remaining funding going through 75 plus research centers, as well as individual labs, departments, and faculty members. And the last thing I just want to say is there's a presence of a lot of national laboratories in the Boulder area. We have 4 or 5 national labs, NIST, NOAA, and CAR in the area. So there's a lot of great opportunities to research off of campus alongside kind of these government labs as well. Next slide, please. So one of the biggest things about graduate studies in Boulder is our location. As you can see here, Boulder is an incredibly gorgeous place. It's probably one of the prettiest college campuses and college towns in the entire country. We were ranked the #1 best place to live in the US last year. I think a lot of this comes back to kind of our lifestyle and our weather. We get 300 days of sunshine. We have a very mild climate in Colorado, especially in Boulder. Snow, but very, very kind of one day of snow, and then 2 days later, it might be warm and sunny out. Also, job opportunities are really great in the area. We're a top 15 public university for entrepreneurship for those who are interested in starting their own companies. We're one of the fastest growing tech hubs in the world, despite being a smaller city. And we actually have the most startups per capita in the entire country. So if you're interested in kind of the tech sector, there's a lot of job opportunities, but we are also close to Denver, Colorado, about 30 minutes away, which is kind of the capital city and economic center of Colorado and kind of the Rocky Mountain region more broadly. Next slide, please. So I just wanted to share a little bit about our fall 2021 enrollment. I don't have our fall 2022 numbers yet, but we do have over 6,000 graduate students on campus. That's out of a total student population of around 32,000. 60% of our graduate students are Colorado residents, but I will say that about 20 to 25% of our graduate student population are international students from over 100 different countries. Next slide, please. So just wanted to go through an application checklist real quick. Each department is going to have its own application requirements, its own deadlines, its own eligibility requirements, but this is a general sense of what you'll need to submit. Online application, $80 application fee for international students, your university records, so transcripts, mark sheets, test scores. Most of our programs are going to be GRE optional, so you don't need to really expect to submit that, but we will ask for English proficiency requirements via the TOEFL, IELTS, or Duolingo exams. And then we'll usually ask for a resume or CV, a personal statement, and typically 3 letters of recommendation. Next slide, please. Application deadlines we're kind of coming right up to our big fall application deadlines. Actually, our first deadline was today for our psychology and neuroscience programs, but most of them will be held in December. The spring deadlines are typically between September and November for those programs that offer that. So if you're looking to apply for next year, definitely keep an eye out for those fall deadlines. Next slide, please. And then just funding, 65% of our graduate students are funded by assistantships, 99% of our PhD students, plus a significant chunk of our master's students as well. But we have some other funding opportunities in the form of grants, fellowships, scholarships available as well. And that should be it. Last slide. Feel free to reach out to us at cugrad@colorado.edu if you have any questions. Thank you all.
Yeah, then I guess I'll go ahead and jump in. Thank you, Patrick. Hi, my name is Kristen Carranza. I'm presenting for University of Missouri, also known as Mizzou or MU. Next slide, please. As I mentioned, I'm Kristen Carranza. I work in our International Student and Scholar Services Office. So I work with international students who come to our university to study. And I'm really excited to be here with you all today and to talk a little more about MU. Next slide, please. So Mizzou is located in Missouri, which you can see here on this map in the left-hand corner of your screen. It's the highlighted state. We're in the center of the US in a region known as the Midwest. The Midwest is significantly cheaper than other areas of the United States, such as the coast. So you can expect to spend about $1,400 on living costs, including your housing, utilities, dining, and transportation. Nevertheless, there's still plenty to do in Missouri and Columbia, which is a college town. So Columbia, also known as Como, has been listed in Forbes, which is a national magazine, as one of the best small places for businesses and careers, actually one of the top 10. So we are ranked as a city that has an excellent quality of life. Next slide, please. So Mizzou is a flagship institution of the state of the Missouri University system. We're home to 30,000 students, or Tigers, that's our mascot, who hail from all 50 US states and more than 100 countries. Like a lot of the universities here today, we are an R1 institution. And we are one of the 34 public institutions who are members of the Association of American Universities, an organization that was founded in 1900 and includes 65 leading research institutions. We have a substantial research budget of about $200 million, which accounts for 70% of the research dollars flowing to public universities in the state. Next slide, please. So we have a very individualized and personalized environment, despite the fact that we actually are a fairly large campus. So we have a student faculty ratio of 18:1, average class size 30. However, we have plenty of world-renowned faculty instructors, including faculty that are nationally recognized by the Academy of Sciences and the National Academy of Inventors that you would have a chance to study with or work with at Mizzou. Next slide. So this is a list of some of the academic programs, or actually these are the colleges that house the programs. And I'm not going to go through all of that just because we're limited on time. But do know that, I'm here to help you kind of identify a program of interest. Our graduate student advisors are also happy to go through these programs for you. But, we have STEM programs, we have social sciences, we have engineering, sustainable development, programs for helping you develop solutions to today's challenges. I also want to point out our School of Journalism, which is actually one of the oldest schools of journalism in the world. In terms of funding opportunities for graduate students, we do offer competitive fellowships and assistantships. Again, I'm happy to provide more information about those over email or at the end of this presentation today. But yeah, we have 87 master's degree programs, 59 doctoral programs. Next slide, please. So international students are a very important part of our campus. They make up about 6% of our total student population and study a variety of different majors. We have a lot of student organizations, some of which are internationally student focused, but pretty much for any interest. We also have International Student Scholar Services to support you here. We have our Career Center, we have tutoring centers, the Writing Center, Student Success Center. So there is comprehensive support for you when you get to Mizzou to make sure that you're successful and staying well. Next slide, please. Something else that is distinct about Mizzou is our sponsored student program, which I am actually a part of. So this is a program that provides comprehensive services to students who receive funding from the US government, such as Fulbright, their home government, or for a corporation or organization they're going to work for after they graduate. We liaison with sponsoring organizations and other units on campus to really streamline your experience at Mizzou. So that is something to consider if you are, applying for one of these scholarship programs, or if you receive, if you're a grantee for one of these programs. We do have this service that not many universities have. And then I think I'm running a bit close on time, so please feel free to proceed to my final slide. Again, my name is Kristen Carranza. You can even just Google Kristen Carranza Mizzou, and I'm pretty sure I will pop up and you can contact me. But thank you so much for your time today. But to be respectful to the other presenters, I'm going to conclude here. Thank you.
Thank you to Kristen and all the other presenters. My name is Marty Bennett. I'm the Director of Global Recruitment and Partnerships at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, here today to talk to you about our international graduate opportunities. For those not familiar with Las Vegas, we are the entertainment capital of the world. But the view in the foreground of the first picture at the bottom, you see our campus buildings, our famous library, lead library, and then in the background, you see the famous Las Vegas Strip, only 1.5 kilometer walk from the edge of our campus to the Strip. But if you like the outdoors, we've got you covered too. Within an easy hour drive of campus, you can be climbing Mount Charleston, you can be going to Lake Mead, seeing Hoover Dam, walking through hundreds and hiking through hundreds of miles of trails and paths around in the desert valley in which we are located, the Mojave Desert Valley. But if you like the city life, we have you covered, as you can see in the images, but we also have 50 cultural museums and galleries available for you to access as a student. 300 plus undergraduate and graduate programs across the range of programs that you might be interested in as a comprehensive R1 research university. For graduate studies at UNLV, you'll learn from internationally and nationally recognized faculty and highly regarded programs. You can partner and work in curricular practical training before you graduate that will help build your resume as you apply for jobs after graduation. You will enroll in flexible time programs, either online or in the evening for some of the programs that you might be taking, hybrid programs, and have hands-on experience throughout your time at the university. Funding is a major deal at UNLV. We have over 1,000 graduate assistantships, and that's for a campus of 4,000 graduate students. So nearly basically a quarter of all of our graduate students enrolled at UNLV have graduate assistantships. This past year, 2/3 of our international graduate students had assistantships at the university. So the chances are we'll get you covered with at least some, if not all, of your funding needs for your graduate degree, with over $5.7 million available in scholarships and awards over and above the graduate assistantships that we offer. Applying to the graduate college is fairly straightforward. Requires a bachelor's degree from a regionally accredited institution or international equivalent, a minimum 2.75 grade point average on a 4.0 scale, that's the US grading average scale, or a 3.0, a B average in your last 2 years of most recent undergraduate work. We do require an independent transcript evaluation by a NACES accredited body. There's a list of those on our site that has also requires an original language translation. Proof of English proficiency is also the standard. So there are two kind of entry points into the university. That's the graduate level, graduate college admission requirements, those grade point averages, and the proof of English proficiency that we could take Duolingo, IELTS, PTE, academic, or TOEFL as a documentation of those English score proficiencies, and you see the minimums required here. In terms of the next steps after English proficiency, the credential evaluation services are listed here that we'll accept credential evaluation for. You'll upload those with your transcripts and other documents. Applying is simple, straightforward. You apply through the Graduate Rebel Gateway, upload all of your documents, $95 application fee, and any supporting documents, passport picture page, bank statements, funding sources, that type of thing, you'll also upload to that portal. Deadlines for fall admission are May 1st is the latest for the graduate college. Individual departments will have separate deadlines as well that can be as early as January. So as many of my colleagues have commented on earlier, each department may set their own individual deadlines. And it's important to be in touch with those departments to make them aware of your interests in their program and then how you might be a good fit for what they have to offer, particularly with professors who have similar research interests to yours. The cost of attendance is approximately $49,000 this year. That's tuition and fees and living expenses combined, everything included that it will cost you for 1 year of education at UNLV and living in Las Vegas. So those are the figures for this current academic year. I do want to end with a point about our UNLV International Student Scholar Office, who provide an incredible range of support for all of our international students, close to 800 international students from 85 countries currently. This is a trip that was actually taken during the pandemic when a number of our students who could not get home to their home countries were stuck in campus when everything went online. And our Office of International Student and Scholar Services took a group of those students out to the Grand Canyon, a 4 or 5 hour drive from campus for a wonderful outing that really helped mark their time during the pandemic and served as real highlight of their time at the university. So that's all we have for you today. These are contact details for our International Graduate College. I'll turn it back over to Ep now. Thank you for hosting us today, Ep, and looking forward to any questions are out there for my colleagues. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your presentations. And now, dear attendees, please ask your questions. It's time for questions. Okay, I can start with questions. And my question is, it's not so easy for example, students from Estonia to apply to US universities. Perhaps you can explain what kind of students you are looking for. What is an, I don't know, ideal applicant for you? Perhaps you can explain a bit.
Yep, go ahead, Kristen.
Yeah, sure. I think for Mizzou, we are just looking for applicants who are lifelong learners, who just have a real curiosity and a sense of collaboration. But each academic program itself may have more specific requirements for what they're looking for. So I think, and this I don't know if this is true for the other institutions, so everyone else feel free to chime in, but I think for us, kind of determining what's the best fit program for you within our institution is important, and we're happy to kind of help you figure that out. Richard, did you have a comment? I think you're still muted, Richard. Sorry.
Sorry about that. No, Marty can go, and then I can mention something.
Oh, thanks, Richard. Yeah, in terms of best fit for our programs, as Kristen alluded to, each of the individual programs on our campus will have slightly different requirements. But I think one of the best pieces of advice I heard mentioned from a couple of presenters today is it's important to be in touch with the department that you're applying to, because particularly in crafting your statement of purpose that might be required for that department, they're going to want to know not just what you want to do with the rest of your life, but why you want to do it through your degree at that particular institution in that particular department. So it's important to be specific in your application to these graduate programs to show that you've really done your research and that you really understand the kinds of program that you're applying to, and even the professors that you might be working with as part of your degree. So, Richard, please.
Thank you, Marty. Just a couple of highlights, I would say, for Case Western Reserve University as a whole. It really does come down, as it's been mentioned, the commitment to the degree and the program. But as an experience, the focus that our university has on interprofessional education and kind of valuing the human and the human dignity is very critical. So there's a lot of programming through our business school, through our medical school, through law and social sciences, in particular social work, that really focus on social justice and advancing opportunities to create a better society And you find that through research, through the work that's being done in centers, as well as the work of faculty in the classroom teaching experience. So there's even a collaborative course that many of our professional graduate schools take together during their first year of graduate school. So that kind of commitment to advancing human dignity and social justice is very, very critical at the university. Thank you.
Thank you. Marina, I see that you, yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to compliment that universities, they are usually looking for students who want to engage in the university's community. So we're looking for students that will also participate actively on the classrooms, on projects, on the overall community. You know, students will engage in research and projects within the university, and also participate on any events going on at the university as well. So we want students that will bring value to the university overall.
Thank you. And Bridget, do you have?
I do. Thank you to the presenters for sharing your ideas. I would like to share some similar sentiments. At the University of California, Berkeley, we work very closely with our visiting students who are very interested in coming to the university to take full advantage of everything that UC Berkeley has to offer. We are based in the BISP, Berkeley International Study Program. We are based in the sociology department. That being said, students can come in and take courses throughout campus. And part of our strategy is to bring in students and to encourage them to apply to our program if they're interested in being challenged, and to really focus on their critical thinking skills together with their research opportunities with faculty on campus. One of our opportunities is our field placement program, which allows students to come in and to be placed in outside organizations that will allow for them to dive in deeper to a particular subject and to learn from experts in various fields. So I do encourage any graduate students in business that are also interested in making an impact when they return to their home universities to consider our program. Thank you.
Thank you. And I have a very interesting question here. If I have obtained a bachelor's degree in sports science, is it possible to apply for the master's degree in IT?
I can go ahead and answer this one. It's really going to depend on the university you apply to and the department. A lot of kind of computer science or tech focused graduate programs will ask students to have some kind of background in mathematics or computer science. So for example, at our university, if you want to do a computer science master's program, you have to have taken at least 3 semesters of mathematics at the level of calculus or above. And they typically want to see some kind of coursework in hardware, software, and theory. So for a lot of students applying to our program, kind of the more feasible option is to either go back and make up that undergraduate coursework and then apply. We have a post-bac program in computer science where you can get like a second bachelor's degree in applied computer science for 45 credits. But it's really going to depend on the university. There are some more information technology programs that are going to be more open, like our data science program is going to be a little more accessible for students from other disciplines. So it'll really vary, and I'll let Amanda contribute as well.
Thank you, Amanda.
Thank you, Patrick. Certainly, I agree with everything you said. And I think just to add a couple more things, I would say that anything that you've done from the time you graduated from your undergraduate degree up until the time that you're going to apply to the IT master's program will also help you improve your profile. So essentially, if you have any work experience in the area of IT, make sure you highlight that on your resume. Make sure that you add components on your resume and your statement of purpose that are in line with your new goal of being in the field of IT. When we review applications, we review them holistically. And even when applicants don't have a bachelor's degree in the same educational background that they're looking to get into, it's okay as long as they're doing things, they're taking steps to show interest in the new field. So again, show interest in the new field by making sure that you properly document everything that you've done and all the skills that you've attained in your resume and statement of purpose. Thank you.
And now I'm asking a question which is answered by Northeastern University, but I think this question is for all of you. And the question is, how probable it is for an international student to get their whole doctorate study financed through stipends and grants?
I can kick off with that one up. I think for most of our institutions, UNLV included, our doctoral programs are probably the area of campus that is best funded. Most of our doctoral students are on full assistantships and or fellowships to cover the cost of their education because it is a longer term commitment to finish a PhD. And these folks that are being sponsored, these students are probably going to be future faculty members or in our departments if they're at this level. So that's what we're hoping, that we want to certainly share our resources with them to allow them to be successful in their future career endeavors. So I think that's the likelihood is yes, most of your expenses would be covered if you're a doctoral student at certainly the research level programs at our universities.
Thank you very much. I have a reminder here that we should be starting the Fulbright presentation now. So thank you for US universities, and I'm sure that the knowledge you gave us enriched our students and helped them to make their choices and to apply to the universities. So thank you once again, and we are going to move on with the Fulbright scholarship. So I have to share my screen now. Just a second. So yes, we are ready.
Okay, great. Thank you. So again, this is Iris Willie from the U.S. Embassy in Latvia. Everything that I'm going to say is applicable to those of you who are in Estonia or Lithuania. And if you're from another country, it's probably applicable to you too. So Fulbright is one of the mechanisms for funding graduate studies. We have already spoken about other ways to fund studies. All the universities that have spoken did mention funding scholarships, fellowships, things like that. And many also mentioned optional practical training, OPT, and the kinds of employers and industries that are in the area. But if you decide to take a different route for funding your program, there is Fulbright. Next slide, please. So Fulbright is more than just a funding opportunity. It is a way to connect the world. The Fulbright program was established by the US government after World War II, and it was made to create lasting connections between people of America and people of other countries. So the program builds mutual understanding between nations, it advances knowledge across communities, and it improves lives around the world. And over the years, it has turned into a major catalyst of progress and talent around the world. Fulbright alumni include national leaders. You can see there 40 heads of state or government, 61 Nobel Prize winners. You probably have a professor at your university who is a Fulbright alumnus or alumna, and you probably, your country could have had a national leader who is a former Fulbright as well. Okay, so why the United States? Why Fulbright? You've gotten a lot from all of the universities about why you should attend their university. And as a bigger picture, I want to say that why the United States? It's because you can study things there that you cannot study anywhere else. So this year and last year, we have sent students from Latvia to the United States on Fulbright to study astrophysics and aeronautical engineering. And I asked the Fulbright fellow who went to do aeronautical engineering in the United States, why did you choose to study in America? And he said, there are 2 countries with programs that offer aeronautical engineering, and that is Russia and America. And I'm sure he's very glad that he chose America at this point. And we offer other programs as well. Many of the universities that have spoken today say 200 plus programs and 200 plus departments. We have other Fulbrights in the United States currently doing fashion, and that is also very unique. And then I also want to say that your time on a Fulbright scholarship goes beyond what is on the campus and in the classroom. We have one Fulbright alumna here in Latvia who has taken her time from Fulbright and used it to build an incredible music and arts festival here in Riga. And she did learn in the classroom, but she was in New York City, and she also learned outside of the classroom. She learned a lot from all the galleries in New York City, and she learned a lot about business models in the art world. Next slide, please. So I've spoken about the bigger picture, why Fulbright, why America? And so now I want to get into the details of how you can actually apply for Fulbright. Fulbright is a scholarship that covers up to 2 years of study in the United States, and it can cover graduate studies. This means master's degrees or non-degree research, perhaps towards a PhD. And it is open to any subject except for medicine. I've already mentioned astrophysics, aeronautical engineering, fashion. We have had students from all walks of life and all fields. The Fulbright stipend covers tuition, airfare, visa fees, health insurance, and living expenses. So basically, it's a full package. And the application opens in March or April. And if you want to send in a competitive application, you should take at least 3 to 4 weeks, if not 3 to 4 months, to prepare an application and to apply. And the application does include recommendation letters. And then upon completion, you should return and reside in Latvia or Estonia, Lithuania, for at least 2 years. The idea being that this is a scholarship from the US government to build bridges between the US and Latvia or Lithuania and Estonia. And you need to go back to your home country in order to, in fact, build those bridges. Next slide, please. And so you can find more information about Fulbright. I put the US Embassy Riga here. This also applies to Vilnius and Tallinn. All 3 of these embassies administer the Fulbright program, and the rules are essentially the same between the 3 countries. So thank you.
Ready to be the next one, and my name is Ilse Bembere, and I'm going to tell a little bit more about our foundation, which is the Baltic American Freedom Foundation, and specifically about professional internship program. Just a second, I will share my screen. And so my name is Ilse Bembere, as I mentioned, and this is a little bit different maybe from what you have heard during the previous presentations. We, as a foundation, offer a professional internship program among the other scholarship programs, and I'm focusing today on this professional internship program. And before I start explaining in detail, so just a few words about our foundation. So we are operating in Baltics, in Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania. And our main goal or mission is to deepen the relationships, the ties between and among Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania, and United States. And we are doing it through our programs, through educations, through professional experience, and this is how all our programs are built. And now about the professional internship program. So this program is focused on Baltic citizens. So it's designed for Latvians, Lithuanians, and Estonians only. And this program is fully funded by Baltic American Freedom Foundation and offers the opportunity to go to US to intern at company or institution or university, depending on your needs, depending on your professional experience so far. And it's focused on your career growth and your professional skill set development. So program is designed so that all the applicants who apply for this scholarship is individually selected and then individually working with our US colleagues are placed in the United States, as I mentioned, depending on your professional career or experience so far. What you need to take into account, this program is no longer than 11 months. So, the shortest period of time where people can apply is 8 months. And it depends on individual needs, and each candidate can choose the duration of the program, but 11 months is the maximum what we can offer. And as I mentioned, this is scholarship program, so we are financing it fully, and up to 30,000 per year is the scholarship, but you can receive. So a little bit more on specifics of the program. So before applying for internship, I have to mention that this program is focused on your professional needs rather than geographical location in United States. It means that all the candidates applying for BAFF scholarship doesn't know where the location in United States will take place during the program. So this is the interesting part, so to say. After candidate is accepted, of course, during the stages, during the process, it's getting more clear. But this on the map, you can see how so far we have been working, and basically it's almost all states of United States where our interns have been. But just to repeat, candidate doesn't know before being accepted where the location will be in the United States. Also about the fields, about the possibilities. So BAFF professional internship can accept basically all the fields, all the professional fields, starting from culture and arts, startups, business environment, and politics, engineering, all everything that you can imagine, except medicine, which is U.S. State Department requirement. But in general, it's very, very diverse, very many fields we have been working with, so everything is possible. About the requirements, so as I mentioned, first of all, it's designed for Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania, or citizens of Baltic countries. The program is designed for students at the university final year of bachelor's, or it can be also students from master degree program, or even PhD students. And the last possibility to submit the application is 6 months after the graduation. So in whatever study level you are enrolled, so 6 months after the graduating university, you are still eligible to apply for the internship program. And the same requirement which you heard already in previous presentation. So our also one of the main so to say goals or our mission is to enrich these US and Baltic relationships, and we are offering scholarships to those candidates who are ready to return to the home country for minimum of 2 years after the program is over. So this is one of the main requirements for all program participants. So-called 2-year home residency after the program is over. Also, I have to inform that we don't have any age restrictions. However, we usually ask for at least 6 months of professional experience before applying for program in the field you would like to intern in United States. As well as it's important to understand our or BAFF's mission and goals, and this goes in parallel with motivation to apply and to gain this international experience in United States. So these are also requirements which we are looking into. Yes, application process. So very shortly, it's we have 2 stages in application process. So it's documentation when the first application round is open, and candidates are submitting the documents required and listed on our website. And then the second stage is interview process, which is organized in parallel in Latvia, Lithuania, and Estonia. The first application round or stages being organized online together with some additional documents, documentation package which needs to be prepared before the application deadline. And application deadlines we have twice per year, and it's spring and fall rounds. So each year the deadlines stay the same. So it's March 31st and October 21st. So of course, more information you can find on our website, but this is the regular flow of the professional internship application process. And yes, what's happening next? So after candidate is being accepted for the program, so we are working together with our United States team and colleagues, and then the team helps to specify your candidate's needs and professional goals, and helps to organize individual interviews with potential host organizations and institutions. And then after candidate is being accepted by host organizations, so BAFF team also helps with documentation process, with visa, airplane tickets, insurance, and all the rest. So this is all covered by BAFF scholarship, and also we are individually helping to form these documents for each applicant. Yes, BAFF scholarship is being transferred monthly to American bank account. Also, the program includes enrichment trip, and after the program is over, participant becomes a member of BAFF alumni community with different also possibilities to have different events, activities, mentorship program, and many other possibilities. As I mentioned, so we are Baltic American Freedom Foundation are operating in Latvia, Lithuania, Estonia. So I am here in Latvia working in Riga, and my colleagues also in Lithuania and Estonia. If you have some more specific questions, you can reach out to them as well, of course. And thank you. This is it from my side, and I'm ready to answer any questions you might have.
So questions, please. No questions about Baltic American Freedom Foundation?
Seems like no questions at the moment, but yes, just information or something new to discover, and to maybe if people wants to learn more. So I'm just explaining what opportunities students have, and we are ready to answer questions later as well if there will be some.
All right, then. Thank you, Ilse, for making such a great ending for our fair. And I hope our students enjoy the presentations. And I hope that the fair encourage them to reach their goals. So thank you once again, and I think we can call it today. And definitely we share the questions students might have later with the universities as well. So thank you once again, and goodbye.